I'm back. Well, I'm back for another video, but this case we're talking about Cam Newton making his return to Carolina after a few years with the Patriots and after being a free agent. The Carolina Panthers went on to absolutely rout the Arizona Cardinals, who had the best record in the entire league with a score of 34-10. Now, was this all because of Cam Newton? No. Did it have a lot to do with Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins being out, and Carolina defense being really good and having CMC back? Yes, but there is a lot to take away from this game, especially with conversations regarding Cam Newton, so let's get into it. And in today's video, I want to show you guys why it's absolutely insane to me that no other team signed Cam Newton until this past Thursday, because he makes an impact on a game that almost nobody else in the entire league can. So there's a lot to get into, but we need to talk about the few snaps he got during the game. Now, this is not what I think he's limited to now anymore, and we'll get into that later, but just looking at his role now, I cannot believe a team didn't see this worth as a roster spot for pennies on the dollar for what you're actually getting. So his first snap comes in the first quarter. It's 2nd and goal, and they go jumbo package. Also, it hasn't been 24 hours since the game, so we don't have the all-22 film yet, but the broadcast should be okay. But what he did several times last year, it just makes it look way too easy for him at this point. I mean, these are grown NFL men, and he's breaking tackles, stiff-arming people, and not even looking at them and still scanning the field. He gets into the end zone, just rolls over Isaiah Simmons. It just looks so easy. And very quickly, here's the second snap of the game. Again, it's in gun. This is a short rollout to the right. He delivers a perfect pass right over Marco Wilson to Robbie Anderson. Now, was this the craziest throw of all time? No, but that's not the point. The point is he has taken 2 snaps and converted those 2 plays into 14 points. Now think about how many times you're watching a game and you see a team in 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, 4th and 2, 4th and 1. My guess is you see this often, in fact, all the time. Now, how many times do you see the teams not convert this because the defense can load the box, play tight coverage, and make a stand? It actually happens a lot. And when I'm watching the offense, I'm holding my breath to see if they can nerve up and just outpower the defense or just out-scheme them with a creative play. When I see the same exact situations with Cam Newton in the game, I'm not on the edge of my seat at all. Mentally, I've already moved the chains or already put up the 6 points, because if you give him 1, 2, 3 chances just to pick up a few yards, there's almost no one better in the league. And that alone is worth a roster spot to me, because the drive continues. It gives you 6 points instead of 3. Ultimately gives you more time of possession, more points, and more games you're gonna win. And if you don't believe me, check out this play. This is when I realized how impactful he actually is in these situations and how much pressure he puts on the defense. Now, just a few minutes later, here we are. It's 3rd and 2. On this play I was watching, I was thinking, okay, Cam Newton, power left, power right, maybe a pass. How is Cam Newton gonna pick up this first down? And then I kind of laughed at myself, because look who is standing right next to him. That is Christian McCaffrey right there, okay? This is a top 3 running back in the league with one of the most diverse skill sets out of anyone in the NFL, and I wasn't even thinking about him. He is the Carolina offense, and myself, and I think a lot of other people were so sure that the ball was gonna be in Cam's hands. And who else could you say that for with Christian McCaffrey in the background? Maybe Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, maybe Derrick Henry and Wildcat. Now, this play wasn't my favorite. I think they were trying to be too cute for what they had on the field, and the stutter step before whiffing on the block was a bit too much for me, but it was just a great play by the defense. Now, that is just one part of his game, and Cam Newton, remember, just got there Thursday. There's a new coach in Carolina, so it's not the same system. Even though PJ Walker did very well in this game, he also didn't do too much, mostly checkdowns, quick slants, and some more checkdowns, but he did what they needed to do to win, and win in demanding fashion. But make no mistake, I still think Cam is far better and will take over as a starter once he gets a grasp of the playbook. Now let's talk about what happened in New England, because it was very interesting, because the Patriots went with Mac Jones over Cam Newton, not because Cam played bad in the preseason. I think he was playing some of his best football we've seen in years. He was finally healthy, finally used to the playbook. He didn't have the COVID situation anymore or any of the, he had a lot more weapons, a better offensive line, a better defense, but Mac Jones was playing very solid as well, fit their long-term plan moving forward, and they could go back to a system that they were used to running for 20 years. But in the preseason, Cam Newton was 14 of 21, 162 yards, a touchdown, an interception, but these came with maybe 1, maybe 2 drives in a game, 0 rushing yards because they didn't want to risk any injury, completely taking that aspect out of his game, but he was looking very sharp. And I think there's a really good argument that he could be starting over several starting quarterbacks in the NFL right now. But to name some teams that I think could be better with Cam Newton on their team right now, some of them obvious, some of them very controversial, but to me, the Jets, the Broncos, the Steelers, the Texans, maybe even the Colts, but also the Eagles, Washington, Giants, Lions, Panthers, Saints, and maybe even the Falcons. Let's talk about one more thing that we have to bring up when talking about Cam Newton, and that is his character and who he is as a person. Now, the media tends to be very, very lazy. There's a lot to cover, there's a lot to talk about, so painting with a broad brush is their method of choice. They see his Instagram, they see what he's wearing, how he talks, and they paint diva, trouble, not serious enough. Now, me being intrigued with Cam Newton ever since his incredible career started at Auburn, every single interview or video or article Cam Newton related, I'm going to be interested. And he is out there, I will give you that, but he is consistently the same person no matter what context you're seeing him in. And this goes for on the field even as well. And I haven't seen one person talk bad about Cam Newton as a teammate, a leader, a person. The one person who did in Calvin Benjamin obviously was exposed for being the fraud as he handled the situation like a child and then proceeded to be a problem everywhere else he went. Now, this is a lot to take from Cam Newton's half a dozen snaps or so in a week 9 regular season game, but these are all things that have been true, continue to be true, and it's just been in the spotlight for the first time in a while. But I need to know what you guys think. I don't think there was a single person out there that wasn't just so happy for Cam Newton. I mean, see him back in that Carolina blue was so much fun. I really wish he could get another starting spot in another time, but just how that team looked kind of with PJ Walker and Cam Newton, I'm trying to picture Cam Newton in there as the full-time starter. That team looks really formidable because Cam Newton, he does love checking it down to his running backs. He can still sling it. His arm looks really live still, but having CMC, if he gets in with CMC, that defense, some of the new weapons they have, I think this could be a very exciting year for the Panthers. And as they were seen beginning of the season as one of the best teams in the league, and then as frauds, I think Cam Newton can kind of merge that together, or they at least can see him as a team that's going to be feared week to week, and it's not a team you're looking forward to playing to like I think they have been. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure to like this video if you like videos like these. Comment down below what you think of Cam Newton. Make sure to comment what you'd like me to cover next. And as always, thank you guys so much for tuning in and checking out the channel. If you guys enjoy daily sports content, make sure to subscribe. It helps me out a lot, and I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you all tomorrow. Peace.